Hello and welcome back to another episode of Combustion Inc. My name's Darcy and welcome to another episode of Pit Talk, the show where we talk everything Formula One. And today we'll be talking about the brand new news that has obviously come out of Scuderia Ferrari and Alfa Romeo Sauber and subsequently their drivers. The long-awaited news that sounds like I'm really enjoying this. I'm not. It's obviously terrible news if you're a Kimi Raikkonen fan like myself. But obviously the news that Kimi Raikkonen and Charles Leclerc will in fact be switching places for the 2019 season. That is right. Charles Leclerc has been announced as a Scuderia Ferrari driver. Finally! So obviously being a part of Ferrari's Young Driver program, this has been rumoured for so long and this rumour has been just so tumultuous. It's been up and down all season. We thought near the start of the season or around midway that Leclerc would be certainly going to the Ferrari, and there was talks, and then the fact that unfortunately the passing of Sergio Marchionne at Ferrari, we thought that it was going to go the other way with Kimi being asked for another one-year contract extension. And then kind of the past week or so, 2 weeks, we've had the rumours have swirled again and then it's gone the other way. And that is how it's ended up, with the fact that a lot of people actually saying, and the rumours that Marchionne actually signed an agreement with Leclerc before he unfortunately passed away, that he would move to the Scuderia for the 2019 season, which is how it's turned out. So great news for Charles. I mean, obviously, having won the Formula 2 last year and this year, he had a bit of a shaky start, but he has just been on it and really doing amazing point-scoring opportunities with a car that really is more marginal getting into the points, kind of going P10 or above. It's been pretty marginal, but then Ericsson's done a good job too. But Leclerc has completely driven the wheels off that car, and I think he certainly deserves this opportunity. And he seems like a great talent. Obviously, this news isn't so good if you're a Kimi Raikkonen fan, but I do actually like the fact that it seems like Ferrari might be adapting to change, because, for a long time, we've obviously seen Red Bull has been really, really big on the promotion of youth. All their drivers go through their young driver program, with whether it be Max Verstappen or Daniel Ricciardo or Sebastian Vettel or Jean-Eric Vergne. I know he didn't get to Red Bull, but they're really focused on youth. And, in some ways it hasn't really paid off, with Kvyat and the like. But then at other times that it really has, with obviously Daniel Ricciardo and now with Max Verstappen. And, for a long time, Ferrari's been kind of this staunch opposer to the fact that, they should let younger drivers into their team. But for a long time, Ferrari really hasn't been too keen on youth. And it seems now, with the fact Charles Leclerc only being 20 years of age, it seems like they're totally, kind of warming to the idea of, they have warmed because they've given him the seat, but you know what I mean. But then obviously Leclerc has certainly proved himself to them, and there's people that could say that it's a bit premature, it's a bit early. He needs, he's only been in Formula one single year as a full-time driver and not just test driving. He needs more time to develop, and you could argue at Sauber, he obviously he will do that. He'd learn the systems more and everything, and he'd learn the way to approach weekends and all that kind of stuff, and all the PR and just the whole package that comes with being a Formula One driver. But then at the same time, he can also do that at Ferrari, where I think undoubtedly he will certainly score podiums and potentially a few race victories for the next year, and kind of get into grips with gets grips with the team and get in sync, and then see what happens from there. I think it will be an awesome partnership. I'm just really excited that Ferrari's got some fresh blood and some new blood in the team. It'll be great to kind of reinvigorate the squad, and also potentially even kind of keep Vettel on his toes eventually, because Leclerc has shown himself to be a very, very proficient winner in junior Formula. So I think it's just it's just awesome news if you're a Leclerc fan, but if you're a Raikkonen fan, maybe not so much. So moving on to the Kimi situation, yes, Kimi Raikkonen is returning to Sauber Formula One team, the team which he began his Formula One career with all those years ago, which is, poetic for Kimi. It's the team he, was with and started with, and the team that really took a chance on him, considering the amount of professional races Kimi had under his belt was very low. A lot of people were like, oh, he's a bit of a, loose cannon. I don't think he'd be very, fruitful for your team. But obviously, Sauber proved them all wrong with, these amazing finishes. Then Kimi's moved to McLaren and ultimately becoming a world champion with Ferrari in 2007. But it is a 2-year deal, and I believe he also has a stake in the team, which is very, very interesting. We might even see Kimi, dare I say it, in a managerial position. That'd be very, very you know, strange for a lot of fans. But it's weird because, you know, a lot of people think Kimi has this staunch opposition to the media, and in a certain way he does. But then when you kind of get him on, you know, a more personal level, he just, you know, he's actually quite talkative. Because obviously, you know, I've met Kimi Räikkönen and Sebastian Vettel both earlier this year in the lead up to the Australian Grand Prix weekend, and Kimi's actually, I had a, you know, conversation with Kimi, and he's quite talkative. It's actually quite interesting once you kind of get talk to him, and you know, because maybe it's because I wasn't the media, but yeah, just fan to fan, person to person interaction, he's like completely fine, I found, in my, you know, experience. But in a way, he's kind of staying in that Ferrari family, considering the fact that, you know, Alfa Romeo, Sauber, and, you know, these Ferrari engines, he kind of all sort of, you know, intertwined, which is, you know, it's a great thing, you know, for him to be also sticking around in Formula One for another 2 years or so. It'll be really, really good for, you know, those Kimi fans like myself. And no, though he might not be fun, you know, be hard to see him fighting at the very pointy end of the grid, it'll still be great to obviously see him there. So what do you guys think of the switch between Charles Leclerc and Kimi Räikkönen? Are you happy that Kimi's gone to Sauber and Leclerc's at Ferrari, or would you prefer, you know, Kimi staying on another year at the Scuderia? Let me know in the comments, or send me a message, whatever, Facebook, got that too. Stay tuned for my Singapore Grand Prix review, because that will be coming soon after the race weekend. And thank you again for watching. Please remember to click the like button if you did enjoy the video, and subscribe. Thanks guys, see you later.